Heyo, I'm Colby from Sanitarium Productions. Heyo, I'm Colby from Sanitarium Productions. We're back again with another action figure review. In this episode, we're taking a look at the Marvel Legends series Build-A-Figure set for Marvel's Warlock. We finally got all the pieces collected and it's time to put them together. So that's actually what we're going to do today. So let's take a look at the individual pieces here. And I got to my side here a reference for which pieces came with which one. So we'll go do a real quick rundown here. So we have the head and the alternate hand that came with Colossus. We have the right hand that came with Shatterstar. Try to put these in order, I guess. We've got the left hand that came with Dazzler. We have the right foot that came with Polaris. And we've got the left foot that came with Cyclops, sorry. And then the actual torso that came with Sunfire. So those are the figures you have to get to collect all these pieces. Yeah, so I've done that. And I'm going to sneeze here. Sorry, I'm done. So we've done that, and it's time just to assemble the figure here. So that's what we're going to do here. So I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. And this thing goes together actually fairly easily. So we're just going to start with the torso here and the head. We've got this ball joint here, I guess. Line that up, press down on it to get it to snap into place. Twist on it a little bit if you need to. Pops in like that. The right arm has this cool little shoulder joint here. It's also a peg system. Just line that up and press in, and you've got that. You'll also notice there's this cool little hose here. It actually just pegs into his back. See how this works. Something like that. Actually, there's a... So it does have... If y'all can see this or not. There is kind of a grooved side of this, so you just got to line that groove up and then press it in, and it should lock into place there. It's not for me, but I may not be lining it up correctly. Put a little bit of force on it to get it to go in there. We'll come back to that. Let's move on with the actual install here. The other arm, you may have to kind of twist these things a little bit to get them to line up correctly. So then you just press it in place like so. It should lock in there. I may have to, I guess it's there. Not sure which is the top and which is the bottom on that particular joint there. So anyways, there we've got the same thing on the back here for this one. Got another little hose joint here, and let's see if it works any better. Actually does work a bit better on that one, so I guess this one just doesn't want to cooperate, but you do have some small inconsistencies from figure to figure sometimes, so you may just have to kind of play around with it, but whatever. Move on to the legs here. Same thing, these little peg joints here, just kind of peg it in like that, and then peg this guy in like this, and it's complete here. And it actually turns out to be a rather large figure. So we'll go and zoom a little bit more here. Throw this back to the side since we're done with it. And here we go. This is the Marvel's Warlock figure. This guy came in the New Mutants saga and was a pretty cool character. I'm not going to spoil anything for y'all if you haven't read some of the comic books, but he had a really cool kind of character art going on. We also have this really cool alternate hand. So you can actually take like his fist here and pop it out somehow like that and replace it with this cool buzzsaw thing. Like so. So you can kind of reconfigure his arm to do really cool stuff. Really nice that most of these Build-A-Figures don't actually have these alternate hands and things like that. So it's really cool that they included this for this guy. We'll go back to the normal hand here for a moment. If I can get him to go back in there. This one's a little touchy for whatever reason. Well, should be as simple as just plugging this thing in there and pressing down, but he's being contrary. There we go. Really cool looking sculpt. I do love all the detail work on this guy. So it's got a really awesome paint job. Because it is kind of a Build-A-Figure set, you're going to have some inconsistencies also with some of the paint apps. So like the gold is brighter on this side than on this side, which isn't really that big of a deal. The character itself kind of lends itself to that kind of strange, almost corrosion kind of effect going on. So just one of those things you might be on the lookout for, is if you don't like the way some of that looks, you can always pick up a second arm somewhere. As far as articulation goes, move that to the side here. The head does spin 360 degrees. We have a little bit of downward motion, quite a bit of upward motion. And we got some pretty good head side tilt there going on, so that's really cool. The shoulder is the standard ball and swivel joint. Very nice. We do have a swivel joint at the what would be the top of the bicep. We have a single, I guess that is technically a double elbow joint as well. Just yeah, it's a double elbow joint, so that's really cool. We also get the cool swivel. That thing just popped out. It is a swivel and a rocker though on his hands. Again, those joints just kind of pop out, and you can replace it with the alternate hands if you want to. I really like that one though. That's really cool. We do have a chest twist or a ab crunch twist on this guy here, and he does have ab crunch as well. So this is back all the way, and this is all the way forward, so pretty nice. Also the side-to-side twist on that guy. He doesn't have a waist twist or anything like that, so you have to just use that rib cage feature, I guess. Standard plastic T-hooks for the hips. Full front motion there. Full backward motion, which is really nice. And really excellent side-to-side motion there. We do have the standard twist at the top of what would be the thigh right there. We do get a double knee joint. We don't have a twist feature on the leg, but the ankle is one of the standard swivelly rocker weird joints for the ankle. So all in all, that's pretty cool. It's a little, there we go. So you get pretty much all the articulation you would want, except no twist at the bottom of the leg there. So, but all in all, really cool looking. I do love the design on this guy. He's a crazy robot guy and looks the part, definitely. Size comparison here, let's grab, I guess Cyclops is a good enough figure. He's a pretty standard Marvel Legends sized figure, so you can kind of see this guy stands a lot taller than Cyclops, so that is really cool. Very nice. this is a cool looking figure. So again, you've got quite a few figures you actually have to collect to get all the pieces. You are probably better off picking up these pieces individually. Although, I don't know, it's really hard to say. So this particular Build-A-Figure is not really all that popular. So the figures in the wave are a little easier to come by. So for the most part, most of them are really good figures and worth picking up anyways. But for a couple of the figures, you may want to go ahead and just sidestep the packaged version and just pick up the individual pieces. So like his leg that came with Cyclops and his I think arm that came, or the head that came with Colossus. If you don't want to pay the premium for those two figures, you probably want to just try to find those Build-A-Figure pieces individually loose, and you can probably save a little bit of money. But still, this is an awesome figure. I really do highly recommend this guy. I really am impressed with it. The only major flaws I have is just these stupid hoses that for whatever reason, that just don't want to work for me. So the only other thing about the hoses, so if they did work, they would limit your forward motion, and you would end up having to stretch those things. So I kind of like it without hooking the hoses up anyways, and it looks fine displayed that way. So I don't know, take your best guess and see what works best for you. But I really do like the guy. He looks really awesome. It's a really cool character. Again, if you haven't read some of the comics from this figure is based off of, you should really go seek those out. It's a really awesome storyline. So there you go. Cool figure, Marvel's Warlock. Not to be confused with Adam Warlock, which if you look at the figures, you won't be confused at all. But naming wise, I could see where it could get tricky. But this is the New Mutants Warlock. How's that? That's all the time we've got for today, so thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Drop some comments down below. Let me know, let the world know, let everybody know what you think about Warlock from the New Mutants. If you like the storyline, give us a thumbs up because it was a cool storyline, or I thought it was. But if you didn't like the storyline, let us know in the comments without spoiling it too much for other people why you didn't appreciate it or whatever. But you probably did. So anyways, if you'd like to see something specific in future episodes, let me know that as well. Give us a thumbs up, share it with friends. Enjoy. Until next time.